Hello, guys. If you think I've got a healthy glow, it's because I've been coaching all morning and I'm coaching after this live stream. So before I get into this code, I'm just going to read a little bit of scripture. RD, cheers, cool decode. Yeah, I did this decode 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago in a private live stream for my members. They know everything I found for Denver and it's played out perfectly. I'm going to reveal it. So before I get into it, I'm just going to read from the book of John, just the first verse. Much love to you all. I've been really busy recently working on books, working on coaching. I haven't been doing as much on YouTube, but you're going to enjoy this one. You're going to see what I'm all about, what I do, and how remarkable it all really is. If you have the eyes to see, you'll be blown away by what I'm about to present. Hey, Glitch in the Matrix. So the eternal word, this is where my heart is right now. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him nothing was made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not comprehend it. So many people who I believe are spiritually blind, who are in the darkness, cannot appreciate the light. They cannot see what I'm revealing. A lot of people on my website, they're seasonal. The truth's 365 days a year. It's not seasonal. It's not just, all right, let me check this out whilst the Premier League's on. All right, the NBA season's finished now. Okay, I'm gonna stay away from this. That's not why I do what I do, guys. All right, you've got to be completely invested in this, but to comprehend the code at the level that I do, you have to be spiritually aware. I wholeheartedly believe that now. So this code I'm going to reveal to you, I'm hoping that you see how deep it is and that God's behind the code. The devil's infiltrated the code and man's being used to play out the code, just like actors in a movie. So let's break this down, shall we? Let's break this down. Be a guy, I don't have time today to decode the stabbings in Nottingham. So unfortunately not. After this live stream, I've got to go coach, and then I've got all sorts going on tonight. All right, let's break this down. So Denver Nuggets just won the NBA Finals. All right, I'm not going to sit here and say they had Denver Nuggets at the beginning of the season. It's not what it's about. All right, the beginning of the season, which started 10:18. Luke 10:18 is how Satan got cast out of heaven like a lightning bolt, or Lucifer. It's when the NBA season began. I have gone 82% from October until June. And I charge $10 and still don't get any credit, but it's fine. So I break down why the Nuggets won 4-1, how it was all connected to Jokic, who I've coded immensely for 3 years. I called him to win back-to-back MVPs at ridiculous odds. I had him for the MVP here. And I'm going to tell you why he was the 41st pick and why the Nuggets just won 4-1 on the 41st president, George Bush Sr.'s 99th birthday. 9 times 11 is 99. His son, George Bush Jr., was the president during 9/11. All right. I'll discuss briefly why Jokic was seen wearing a Denver Nuggets sweatshirt at age 5 years old. It's just gone viral. All right. 5 years old. And then Jokic wins the NBA Finals in 5 games, and they win game 5 by 5 points. Just Miami finished on 89, the 24th prime. I was telling you about 89 months and months ago. Man City finished on 89 points, won the league. Bayern Munich finished on 89 points, won the league. The Queen died on a date rate in 89. The Hillsborough disaster was in 89. Remember, Liverpool won the FA Cup 33 years after, which I called last year. This year, they went 1989 in the league. Then they went 1999, which is the year Man United won the treble, 1999. And now 24 years later, 89, the 24th prime, Manchester City win the treble. And if you're not on my website and you haven't read my Man City code, all right, before the season began, I said City will win the league, and I said they have a riddle to win the Champions League. Then I said Bayern Munich could win it to win the 7th, because 7's been huge. It played out. Messi, 7 goals in 7 games, won the World Cup 7 days before Christmas. All right. 28 days the World Cup lasted, the 7th triangular number. 7 has been immense. It's been truly immense. So let's get into this then. And it's figuring stuff out along the way. This is what people don't understand. My brother, well, not my brother, my close friend Thomas Lockwood, he's one of the few people in this community that pays attention to me. He bets every now and again, and he pays attention to me. He knows how to cover. Those who don't know the art of covering, better stop betting. So West Ham United, right? They won the Europa Conference final. My community coded them to win. Amazing stuff. Chuck, Glenn, I added a few things. West Ham won that. They beat Fiorentina. They won it 2-1. West Ham have the same logo pretty much as the Denver Nuggets, which is skull and bones. All right? Skull and bones, which turns, well, Yale turns 322 years old this year. That's why Super Bowl 57 was played with 322 days left in the year. The Georgia Guidestones were erected on 3/22. All right? So many riddles at the moment with George Bush Sr. and George Bush Jr. Go on my website, see the baseball code I've done. I've got every baseball code right this month but one. Every game right this month but one. 15 out of 16, and still, it's not enough for people. It just is. It's never enough for people what I do, and that's fine. That's why I'm focusing on coaching, because people love that, and I get true joy out of it. All right? It's not about trying to win people money. So listen to this code. It's insane. I see things play out. So West Ham beat Fiorentina 2-1. West Ham ended the season with 89 points. Yes, they ended the season with 89 points in all competitions. The 89 again. Heat just finished on 89 points in game 5. All right, again, the Nuggets I had to win last night. They were plus money in play. They were plus money in Miami in the other game. You've got to see it game for game how it all works. So West Ham, the Irons, and they won the Europa Conference final the day the Iron Sheik died. This is the stuff I put on my website, guys. The Iron Sheik died the day the Irons won their first European Cup final in 47 years. And the Iron Sheik was married for 47 years to his wife. So Iran connects to bombings. I'm going to discuss why Denver Nuggets won the NBA Finals on George Bush Sr.'s birthday, who said 9/11, 1990, there will be a new world order. And then 9/11, 2001, what do we have? 9/11. Exactly 21 years later, and his son's the president. So West Ham beat Fiorentina 2-1. All right, Bowen scored late. The guy born on 2012. And the Olympic Stadium was designed for the 2012 Olympics. And the Elizabeth line, the tube line which I coded, you have to get on that to get to the Olympic Stadium. So they've got this logo, West Ham. Denver Nuggets have this logo. Remember CM Punk used to do that, the best in the world, just a demon, possessed by a demon. All right? So I was like, West Ham, they've got the same logo as the Nuggets. They've just won 2-1. Nuggets are going to take a 2-1 lead. It was the same day. The Nuggets were playing the Heat in game 3. I was like, Nuggets are going to go up 2-1. And I did the code and everything backed up that. 2-1. Then I said the Nuggets are going to go up 3-1. All connected to Man City, where Pep Guardiola is now 3-1 in Champions League finals. He won the Premier League the season that ended with exactly 31 weeks left in the year. All right? I can go on all day about the 31s. And I was like, they're going to go 3-1. Nuggets are going to go 3-1, and then Man City are going to win Champions League final. I even put it on Twitter for you, for the people who don't want to support my website. And then 4-1. It's going to go 4-1. They're going to win it 4-1. Finish 4-1. But you said that at the beginning of the season. You don't see the big picture, man. If somebody's going to come at me at the beginning of the season and there's 30 teams in the NBA, who's your favorite for the NBA? Well, I think Warriors have a great riddle. 76ers have a great riddle. They come at you at the beginning. They don't see the process of it all, that I get 82% of the games right over the year. And those people are spiritually dead. So listen to this. Denver Nuggets to win the NBA Finals 4-1, question mark. Again, I did a live stream about Denver winning the NBA for my community 4 or 5 weeks ago, was it? Guys, if you're in the chat and you watched that live stream, can you give me a woo? Hey, happy face man, Coca-Cola. Divine's in the house. Got Golden Peacock. Troy's here. Stephen, Deception, Beer Guy, much love. If you're in that live stream when I was going through all of this, please give me a woo. So, Nuggets star player is 41st pick, Nikola Jokic. Yes, a 41st pick Serbian who grew up being really fat is now the best player in the world. All right? Is the best player in the world. Because it don't matter about ability, it's about the code. My baptism was incredible, Troy. So I got baptized the day of the Champions League final. I got baptized on 10-6 when I had 10.6 thousand subs on YouTube. Thank you, God. I think you kept me on that for a reason. I've fully given myself to Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. It was incredible. It was remarkable. I met some new people. Much love to Saeed. Came out to my house last night. We had one of the deepest conversations I've ever had about Jesus. So such a blessing to meet him. So yeah, that day on the Champions League final, I wasn't watching the Champions League final. I told you all these Champions League finals are boring. Told you all. It finished 1-0 again for the 4th year in a row. Satan gets you 10. Hey, Agent D, much love. Happy face, man. So it was 1-0. I'm not even going to go through the Man City code. It's one of the best I've ever done in my life. It's going to be in my book. I'm not going to go through it. But I was all about 68 and 31. And the winning goal was after 68 minutes in the 68th edition of the European Cup, which was the 31st Champions League. And Edison was the saviour for Man City, number 31. Another 31 for you all. Guardiola won his last Champions League in 2011. 20 plus 11's 31. He won that final against Manchester United 3-1. Messi was the man of the match. I remember watching that final and being devastated. All right, never again. So I got up in the morning. I coached from 8 to 9. An amazing kid called Luke who's gone to Barcelona in 2 weeks to play in a football tournament. So I'm preparing him for that. Came home, showered, went to the beach, met all these people, had food, had great chats. There was a band playing, got baptized. Had to leave that, go coach a birthday party, Diamante, where Tiger Woods lives. He's got a house there. Did that for 3 hours, went to a party after that. So, yeah, I'm reborn. I knew I was reborn, but I'm officially reborn now because I've immersed myself in the water and I've been officially baptized. So, anyways, let's get back into this code. Nuggets star players, 41st pick, Nikola Jokic. Nuggets can stay on 2022 all-time losses, and the 2022 FIFA World Cup began with 41 days left in the year. I have shown better than anyone in the world. Everything's connected. Better than anyone in the world at this point. And you're going to see in this code now. Nikola Jokic's nickname is the Joker. He was born in 1995, and Denver can end the season with 1,995 all-time wins. They did. I counted the points at halftime. I put it on my website. There were 95 points. 95 points the year Jokic was born. Jokic was having a nightmare first half. A lot of people messaging me. All right, I was like, Nuggets are going to win. If you're in the chat and you message me, I told you Nuggets were going to win. Even when they were plus money, I said they're going to take the energy from the fans in Denver. They're going to give some hope to Miami Heat fans. They're going to play around with those who bet on it, whose life is all about trying to win money when most of them can't win because they don't know how to bet. And it's what happened. And then it went to like the last 30 seconds. Of course they did. They've got to do that. So Heath Ledger played the role of the Joker in The Dark Knight. And he died exactly 24 months after Kobe Bryant's highest scoring game, which was his 666th game. Miami Heat, obviously, they lost the NBA Finals the year Kobe Bryant and his daughter died, and they lost it on National Father-Daughter Day, which was a day leaving 81 days left in the year. And the NBA Finals, guys, was 8th seed against 1st seed. That's why it was. It was Kobe. It was Ritual. All right, all the 81s that we've had. The Unabomber just died. How old was he? 81. I'm not going to predict a date of an explosion. I ain't going to do that anymore. I'm just going to say, fasten your seatbelts. Fasten your seatbelts. So you've got Heath Ledger, who played the role of the Joker, died exactly 24 months after Kobe's highest scoring game. Kobe obviously wore the number 24 jersey. I've given you all these 24s. LeBron James became the all-time leading point scorer in the NBA exactly 24 months after Tom Brady won his last ever Super Bowl. All right, where he went 7-3 in Super Bowls, the 21st year, the 21st century, and he retired on 2-1, which I predicted 18 months before. 18 months before, I predicted a guy's retirement date. Exact date, not year, date. So, Jokic has just won the NBA Finals exactly 36 weeks before his birthday. And 666 is the 36 triangular number. And the Beast of Revelation reigns for 3 years and 6 months. If you haven't read my World Cup book about 36, why Argentina came into the World Cup with 36 games undefeated. All right, why Maradona died with 36 days left in the year. Why Messi won the World Cup 6 months and 6 days before he turns 36. And 6 times 6 is 36. Book of Revelation is the 66th and final book of the Bible. You need to read that book. Those books are as good as any books you're ever going to read. And they are going to get recognized eventually, but it's going to be too late for a lot of people. My books will get recognized. I know for a fact they will. Everyone who's read them, love them, but not enough people have read them. Although I have sold over 1,000 books, I still feel like that's absolutely nothing for what I'm putting out. So Yale turns 322 years old this year, and 322 is the 81st day of the year. I've told you Nuggets logo is that. Skull and Bones logo is that. West Ham's logo is that. Tampa Bay Buccaneers logo is that. When Brady won it, that was all Skull and Bones. I coded him to win that before the season began. Super Bowl 57, guys, was held in Phoenix on a day leaving 322 days left in the year. Jokic was born on the 322nd day of Heath Ledger's age, who was the Joker. I've dressed up as him. I'll put the image on Twitter later. So Super Bowl 57 was held in Phoenix on a day leaving 322 days left in the year. Joaquin Phoenix recently won an Oscar for his portrayal of the Joker. When I was flying back from England, I watched the Joker. I've coded Jokic to win all these tennis tournaments. The Joker is his nickname. All right? So let me keep going with this. Denver Nuggets knocked out Phoenix Suns to make the Western Conference Finals. Phoenix Suns, Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker, Jokic, the Joker. All right? Phoenix Suns. The rise of the Phoenix. Illusion about to rebuke the Church of England. I hope one day I get involved and I have my own ministry. That's my goal. Because what I do, most people can't comprehend, and they're never going to be able to. Unless you find Jesus, you're not going to operate at the level I operate on. I believe it. That's why I get frustrated. I said yesterday a little bit on Instagram, keep paying $50, $100 for the most mediocre coders who are giving you date numerology decodes and one-liners and fueling your gambling addiction and not providing any element of truth or knowledge to you. Keep supporting them. It ain't going to get you anywhere. It's not going to help with your eternal life. And these coders are half-ass, and they charge 5 times more than me. Most people don't read my codes. They read the first line. I think Nuggets are going to win the series 4-1. Okay, that's all I need. I don't need anything else. I don't need to read the code. I don't need to see how these numbers are perfect practically every time. I'm not going to read the code. I just need to know who you think is going to win. That's what majority of people on my site is, majority of people on Twitter is, majority of you on YouTube are. You ain't that bothered about the truth. Revelation's playing out, and you're never going to understand it unless you've read the book. You're never going to understand this biblical scripture unless you've read the Bible. You're never going to understand the code unless you study the code. But if you want to go to people's Patreons who can barely code and just take their picks because you don't want to take responsibility for your own actions, which is 99% of the world, do that. Because that's where we're at right now. The codes I put out every day, there's not a person that can come near them. But most people can't process them. And that's the reality. And here's another one. So Yale, the home of Skull and Bones, the logo's extremely similar to Denver Nuggets, like I said. So the Joker, if you watch the end of the movie, Joaquin Phoenix wins an Oscar. Now we've got the Nuggets crowned NBA champions, first time ever. The Joker at the end of the movie is seen dancing with fire surrounding him All right, I think it's all in his imagination. All right, I think the whole movie is about a mentally ill guy who has been basically destroyed by society and the system, and everything that happens within his life is pretty much an illusion, and he's imagining it. So at the end, when he's dancing and everyone's wearing clown masks and there's the fire, which is the heat, who's smiling? It's the Joker. Who just won the NBA Finals MVP? The Joker. Jokic. All right. Right after the Joker, Djokovic won his record 23rd Grand Slam. I've shown you how it all connects. My mate Thomas Lockwood, he took Djokovic. He took the Nuggets. All right. He took Man City and he took them in play because he trusted the code. He saw what I saw. You've got to go by day with this. And we're like detectives. You're piecing the puzzles together. All right. When you buy a brand new house or you buy an old house and you've got to refurb it all, it takes time to get it the way you want it. We live in a world of instant gratification. Give me it now. You think you can come to someone's website and pay $10 in October and say, tell me who wins the NBA Finals, Super Bowl, and Champions League, mate. I'm paying you $10, which can't even buy me a coffee and a cake where I live. Tell me it and then be disappointed if I get 2 out of 3 right. That's what I'm having to deal with. It's literally what I have to deal with. Hey, I've just signed up to your website. Can you tell me who's going to do this, and this? For $10? Are you kidding me? Are you having a laugh? And then I see these half-ass coders, $50, $60 a month. They code one time every 3 days and they're wrong most of the time. People still pay it. Just completely lost. So in the Joker kills a late-night talk show host played by Robert De Niro, who works for the devil. And his name, guys, in the movie was Murray. Denver's second best player on the roster is Jamal Murray, who is this amazing connection with Jokic. All right. And when they were coming through really young, they played with each other in an all-star game when they were coming through to the NBA. Jokic wears number 15. Remember, Mahomes, number 15, just won the Super Bowl with 322 days left in the year. All right, Jokic wears number 15. You've got to observe the number on the back of their jerseys. Me just knowing Jokic was 41st pick allowed me to code him a few years ago at 60-1. And then he won it back-to-back at 60-1 because I looked into his numbers with Kobe and 41. I Googled 41st pick in the NBA. First one, Jokic. I was like, okay, I'm going to look deep into him. He had every revelation number going. He was also born with 316 days left in the year. So he's got some beautiful biblical numbers going for him as well. Because we all know about John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. I'm in the game of everlasting life now, guys. All right, that's the game I'm playing. Everlasting life. That's why I got baptized. Not to prove a point. Most of my family don't even acknowledge it. Probably think I'm crazy getting baptized. So I ain't doing it for attention. I'm doing it because my everlasting life is on the line. And all of yours are. And most of you don't understand that. And that's fine. So Jokic wears number 15. Jamal Murray wears number 27. Remember your boy LeBron became the all-time leading point scorer in the NBA on 2-7 at age 38 on the 38th day of the year, and he got 38 points. And the Chiefs won Super Bowl 57 with 38 points. So 15 plus 27, Jokic and Murray's numbers, 42. The beast reigns for 42 months. Denver defeated Los Angeles Lakers 4-2 in the Western Conference Finals. And the Lakers' number one celebrity fan is no other than Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson is the LA Lakers' number one fan. He played the role of the Joker. Thank you, Carly. Much love. It's been a while. God bless you. Jack Nicholson, the biggest fan of the LA Lakers, played the role of the Joker. The Joker, Jokic, knocked out his Lakers, knocked out King James. The Joker defeated the King. All right? Just remarkable. I used to live in Denver. I used to live in LA. My life is completely coded. My first American girlfriend was Annie, I'm not going to say her last name, from Colorado. All right? And I met her in LA because she was studying at LMU. She was a track and field runner, unbelievable athlete. My life is beyond coded, guys, and I thank God every day. I sat on my balcony yesterday. I think it was the best prayer that I've ever had in my life. It's like, please, God, continue to give me this wisdom so I can help other people see through the illusion, so they can become wise, so I can hopefully lead them to you and the truth. I was doing all of this, and I felt this presence in my body. Of course, God's not going to communicate with me with a verbal conversation, but I feel his presence. I was looking up at the stars. I realized God created the sun, the moon, the stars, night and day. That's all God. This journey's humbled me. Yes, I come across completely confident in these streams, and I can be passionate and animated that people can't appreciate what I do, although there's hundreds and if not thousands of people do. I have been humbled by God. I've been humbled by the Holy Spirit. I look around, I'm looking now at the beautiful view I have from my apartment. Man's not behind that. Man's perhaps maintaining it, but man didn't create the sky, the stars, the ocean, the moon, the sun. They can tell us there's planets in the solar system, which is never spoken of in the Bible, to take you away from God's great creation. That's what NASA does, guys. But when you sit down and just reflect and you escape the matrix for a moment, you escape the worry of paying your bills or trying to impress your neighbor, and you look around at the beautiful world and not the system, it's glorious, and it was created by the Almighty God. If you sit down and just breathe and reflect on that, try and deny it. If you think this is all an accident and a big bang, then the devil has you exactly where he wants you. And the quote I did yesterday, because I've got approaching 100 quotes now in my book. Somebody's asking me why I don't use Patreon. Well, because they deleted me because I exposed too much and they stole $3,000 from me. That's why I don't have Patreon. I'm working on a new server for my website. Much love to Abid and his friend, Goyo. Having a meeting with them tomorrow about getting a new server. So I did this quote yesterday. And I think this is the word that I hear all the time with my work. So you hear the term coincidence. I don't know how many times I've had people say, wow, you're smart. That's interesting. Wild coincidence, isn't it? What? Yeah, it's a wild coincidence. Pretty cool, though. What? Coincidence? How? So I thought I need a quote about coincidences. So I wrote it here. It's here. It's what I do. I get creative. The devil hides the truth in the name of coincidence. The devil hides the truth in the name of coincidence. The amount of people, this code I'm now revealing with Joker and Jokic and Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson and Joaquin Phoenix, nearly everyone's going to go, that's pretty cool. Look, coincidences there. A lot of Joker coincidences, mate. I'll give you that. Yeah, it's a coincidence that the 41st pick won his first NBA Finals 4-1 on the birthday of the 41st US president. Quite a lot of coincidences there, isn't it? And Kobe Bryant died at age 41. I heard you say that. Yeah, and didn't he get accused of rape in Denver? That wild coincidences. I'll give you that. You're pretty smart. Oh, cheers, mate. Yeah, there's a couple of coincidences here and there I've put together for you. No, it's patterns. It's divine work that I do every day, baby. Every day. It's divine work through the Holy Spirit. And God has used me to spread this code to hopefully, in my opinion, lead people to him. That's what he's done. If anyone can find God through the code the way I did, then I'm a happy guy, even if it's one guy every single month. The Joker shoots Murray in the Joker movie. On July the 20th, 2012, there's your 2012 again. Remember, West Ham won the Europa Conference final, and the winning goal was scored by Jared Bowen, who was born 2012, and their stadium was built in 2012, the Olympic Stadium. 7/20, by the way, is the anniversary of the moon landing. It's also Giselle's birthday, who was married to Brady. But then they split up when Giselle was 42. On July the 20th, 2012, a mass shooting occurred inside a Century 16 movie theater in Aurora, Colorado, United States, during a midnight screening of the film The Dark Knight Rises. All right, I told you Batman, guys, has devil horns. Batman has his devil horns. You think it's the hero? They've made the devil the hero in the movie. It's what they do. It's all backwards. No wonder I always like Joker. It's actually real, like legit in what he says. So, dressed in tactical clothing, 24-year-old James Holmes, cost 24, 89 the 24th prime, set off tear gas grenades and shot into the audience with multiple firearms. The shooter called himself the Joker as he was being arrested. It's the guy who had the bright orange hair and he was looking at a camera like all of that, like he's completely high. Again, you don't know how legit all this is. You don't know if it's even real. You don't know if people were you just don't know any of that. We'll never know, but I'm just going to show you what they've revealed to us in the mainstream. On the 3rd of May, 2023, a school shooting occurred at Vladislav Ribnikar Model Elementary School in Vravka municipality of Belgrade. Where's Belgrade? Serbia. Where's Jokic from? Serbia. Where's Jokovic from? Serbia. Nikola Tesla was Serbian, born in Croatia. One of the reasons why Croatia got to the World Cup final, guys, and that's connected to war. Croatia, when you talk about what happened with the Soviet Union. Who's their star player? Number 10, Luka Modric. How was Luka Modric the best player in the 2018 World Cup? Did you know that the last 5 best players at the World Cups, the last 5 tournaments, all wore the number 10? Did you know that? Whilst you're thinking, try and guess who they were. The last 5 World Cups, the best players have been number 10s. Are we going to have 5 Champions League finals in a row that are 1-0? Probably. The next finals, probably. Guys, probably. If you want to mark it down that you said the next year's Champions League final is going to be 1-0, all right, and you said that and it won, mark it down. Give yourself a little pat on the back. Listen to words that I say like likely, probably, there's a possibility, maybe, all right? Pay attention when you read my codes, when you hear me talk. I never say this will happen. You said this team will. No, I didn't. You're lying. You're lying to yourself. The shooter, identified as a 13-year-old male student, 41, the 13th prime, opened fire on students and staff, resulting in the deaths of 10 individuals, cost 10, including 9 students and a security guard. So I've told you Jokic is from Serbia, just like Novak Djokovic, who also has the nickname Joker. And Djokovic just won his 23rd Grand Slam. And he did it when? Right before Jokic is crowned MVP in the NBA Finals and the champion. If Nuggets win the series 4-1, this was when it was 2-1, they will be crowned NBA champions on what would be George Bush Sr.'s 99th birthday. 9 times 11 equals 99. Remember, Prince Philip died at age 99 on the 99th day of the year, and the Champions League final this year was on Prince Philip's 102nd birthday, and 9/11 lasted 102 minutes. Can I get a woo-hoo? Can I just tell you, Queen Elizabeth died 911 days after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic, which was on 3/11. 3 times 11 is 33. 33 times 3 is 99. 9 times 11 is 99. Can I get a woo-hoo? Do you want to know why Aaron Judge was so big for the Yankees last year? Because he wears number 99. PSG's goalkeeper wears number 99, and people don't even ask why. So Prince Philip just turned 102. George Bush Sr. just turned 99. Add up those numbers. 201. Event 201 foreshadowed the pandemic. Man went to the moon the 201st day of the year. Tom Brady threw 201 yards in his last ever Super Bowl. This is all factual stuff that's been reported to us. France and Argentina ended the group stage 2-0-1. Messi resided in 2-0-1 hotel in Qatar. Pope Francis resided in Suite 201 in the Vatican. The Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA Finals in 2021 on the 201st day of the year, which is Giselle's birthday. Now, if you think about the Twin Towers, all right? You know what, guys? Hit that like button and give me some woos. 19 likes, decoding the universe. Comical, man. Comical. This is what I'm saying. Is these YouTubers and they get all these views and likes, and they've got no spirit within them. I don't know how they get them. I don't even know if they're not working for Jesus. If you work for Jesus, they make it a million times harder. But my faith remains stronger than ever. So it's just this code's outrageous. All those 201s, are we going to ignore them? So if we're talking about the Twin Towers, all right? Talking about the Twin Towers. Originally, I'll draw it for you. This is the 201. I ain't much of a drawer. Got many talents I can't draw to save my life. Here's your Twin Towers, right? Looks like an 11. All right, which is my number. By the way, guys, listen to this. Can I get a woo? I got baptized all organically because I never picked the date. I got baptized 1 month, 2 weeks, and 7 days after my birthday. 127 is the 31st prime number. I was born on my dad's 31st birthday. 31's the 11th prime number, my favorite number. My dad lives at number 11. It's why the Nuggets and Heat series was 1-1, and then it became 3-1. All right, all the 31s with Man City, when you read my book, which you're going to want to read for $9.11, I've given so much of my energy to that. It's not even $10 for the book. You're going to want to read it. Better, if you read my Queen book, my Kobe book, my World Cup book, this book is head and shoulders better than all three of them. And that's telling you something. So that was your Twin Towers. All right, if we go all the way back to September the 10th, 2001, we had 2 of them. All right, but because of Al-Qaeda, all right, they both came crashing down. Adios. No more Twin Towers. Gone. All right. So now we left with 0. We had 2, and now we have 0. Right. We had 2 with the Twin Towers. Both collapsed, 0. Now we have the One World Trade Center. Instead of making 2, they built 1. So we've gone from the Twin Towers. There was 2 of them. September the 10th, 2001, we had 2 buildings. On 9/11, 2001, looks very similar to 2001, doesn't it? We had 0, gone, adios. And then they've decided to build the One World Trade Center. 201. Catherine the Great saved 201 Jesuits. The Jesuit order equals 201. The Pope's full name's Jorge Maria Bergoglio, which equals 201. That's where gematria has some substance. It has value. 2 chromosomes in birth, now 1. Excellent. So let's keep going. So George Bush Sr., obviously the Nuggets won it on his 99th birthday. He said 9/11, 1990, that there will be a new world order. Again, he's just working for the devil. The new world order is bringing in Satanism. It's bringing in the devil. And he has permission from God. For all you non-believers out there, the devil has permission to reign from God. Revelation 17:17. You're going to see the world completely collapse. And what's that going to do? Oh, God can't be real. He won't allow this to happen. No, because you haven't studied scripture. He has. He is going to allow it to happen. And it will happen because what's written in the book is the truth. The world's going to collapse. But before that, we're going to basically be forced into worshiping the Antichrist. And I won't. I'll die with a smile on my face. Then do that. Salt and pepper chips with chicken takeaway. Woo, Brian. You've earned a woo for that. Enjoy, mate. So George Bush Sr. was the 41st US president, and his son was the president during 9/11/2001. Again, you're not going to question how these two members of Skull and Bones, father and son, which is mocking God and Jesus, both became presidents. 41st and 43rd, so close together. We just ignore those things, don't we? Especially in the US. Because most people in the US, no offense to you, you don't know a lot from my experience from speaking with Americans. A lot of you live in your state, you never leave your state, you've never traveled, being completely indoctrinated. You believe America's like the center of the world and the whole world revolves around America, but you don't know shit about your actual nation. You don't know anything about the history of your nation. All right. You don't know shit about it. And that's what I've learned about most Americans. Now, I'm not judging them as people. There's cool people, funny people, nice people, intelligent people. But when it comes to these deep matters, you don't know shit about your country. If I asked you how many states are in your country, most can't do it. So let's keep going with this code because it's pretty insane. Nuggets can win the NBA Finals on 6/12. Genesis 6:12. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. That's Genesis 6:12. All right, George Bush Sr.'s birthday. 6/12, do you know what else happened on this date in 2021? Somebody guess it. What happened 6/12/2021 in the European Championships? First one to get it, let's see. What happened 6/12/21 at Euro 2020? What happened on that date? An event that I'll always be talking about. Can anyone tell me? I'll give you one clue. Denmark. I'll give you one clue. Denmark. No, Italy won the Euro 2020 on the 11th of July, 11-7 for your 77. England got to that final by winning Denmark on 7-7. All right, perfect. Ericsson went down with a cardiac arrest. Number 10 in a game that was 1-0. It went down with a cardiac arrest on 6/12. Okay? That was spiritual wickedness, guys, because he's deceiving you. Ephesians 6:12, ladies and gentlemen. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. This ain't about Ericsson deceiving us. This is spiritual wickedness. But against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. He went down on 6/12. I've just given you Ephesians 6:12. I've just given you Genesis 6:12. What it's all about, guys. It's scripture. It's God communicating with us, and he's doing it through professional sports because it's watched by billions of people. So Denmark, Ericsson's gone down, their best player. Cardiac arrest. How did ask yourself this? I like your Saturn shirt. Saturn doesn't even exist, expose the occult. Do you believe in Saturn? Are you one of those people that's into all of that? Do you believe in astrology and your little planets that don't exist? You want to say this is Saturn? Like Nike, the goddess of victory? Like, nice Saturn shirt. Why don't we talk about how Tom Brady was 199th pick and Pope Francis was born on Saturnalia, 1217, the 199th prime? Saturn supposedly has 7 rings. How many rings does Brady have? Let's talk about that instead of you talking about my t-shirt. Expose the occult. Like, brilliant, hilarious. This is the shit I have to deal with, like, on a regular basis. Oh, I don't know if I want to keep doing it. I can't put up. This guy might be joking. Much love if you're joking, but it's hard for me to be aware if you're joking or not through a comment. But I've dealt with people like that. I'm giving you an unbelievable live stream yet again. Oh, but you're wearing a Nike shirt. That's the devil. He's going to fall for that. You're wearing a red hat, so you worship the devil. Are you gonna keep playing? You've got 3 fridge magnets, so you're a Freemason. It's what I have to deal with, and it makes me feel like just going this to 90% of you. I was doing my 3 and 4 hour live streams, giving you them for free, baffling how much work and content I put out for nothing. And I'm running out of patience with a lot of people. It is one of those things. You've got to be careful. The more knowledge you acquire, the more it can isolate you from other people. I have realized that. That's why I'm coaching and teaching, because the more I process this work, the better I get, the less people understand me. And I get that. I'm speaking a foreign language to 99% of the world. They can't process what I'm saying. If somebody came to me and started breaking down quantum physics and did it in Italian, I won't have a clue what they were saying. I won't have a clue. And that's where I'm at with this level of work, where I'm at. So Jimmy Butler is Miami Heat's Batman. His nickname's Batman. That's why we call him Batman, Lowry said. Plays with him at the Heat. He's been itching to get back. A guy like him, he was nervous with his knee. Fortunately, he didn't have to do anything but to rest and rehab and recovery. He said in his video yesterday he was thirsty to get a win. It's always great to have him back. Like Jimmy Butler, Batman, who obviously just lost to the Joker in the NBA Finals. You've got, he played last night. He was having a shocker, and then out of nowhere, he got 13 points. 13 consecutive points. He was having a nightmare, and then he stopped getting buckets. Jimmy Buckets, he gets 13 points in like 2 minutes, then he just stopped. And it ain't because they turned the magnets off and it's Vegas corrupting it. No, the favorite one, Nuggets won. Most people probably bet on the Nuggets and probably took them at halftime. So it's nothing to do with that. If you're playing that illusion of that, it's Vegas. Again, you're giving all your credit to man, which brings me back to Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Those people running Vegas, guys, it's men. And people give too much credit to man. There would be no man if it wasn't for God. Don't forget Batman. Bruce Wayne had a famous butler called Alfred. Brilliant. Brilliant. That is amazing. Let me take that, Agent D. I'll add that in my book. Yeah, the butler from Batman. Remember in The Fresh Prince, watch my video I did about Will Smith. They had a butler, didn't they? So, yeah, Jimmy Butler, he looks a lot like Michael Jordan. He has this story about, like, what, did he get adopted by a white woman? It's like that bullshit movie, Blindside. They adopt this big black kid and bring him into a rich white family, and he goes on to play in the NFL. Like that's really how it all works. Yeah, Jeffrey. Oh my word, Golden Peacock. Much love to you, Ricardo. Let me put that down. Wait, Will Smith's butler in The Fresh Prince. Again, why I was looking at Philadelphia was because he's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but it came from West Philadelphia, born and raised in the playground as well. I spent most of my days. You see that way he's playing basketball. That's the whole reason why he moved to LA, because his basketball hit a gangster on his head. So he got into a fight. I got in one little fight, and my mom got mad. She said, "You're moving with your auntie and your uncle in Bel-Air," whatever it is that they say. Will Smith's butler, brilliant. Didn't even put that together. In The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was called Jeffrey. And Michael Jordan's middle name is Jeffrey. Can I get give me some woos, guys. And Michael Jordan's middle name's Jeffrey. Jimmy Butler is often compared to MJ. Ricardo Roberts, thank you, brother. Much love to you. I appreciate that. It helps. This month I've been getting pasted, guys, on my website. I've got every single pick right, putting out great content. And I know people, the Premier League's finished, the Champions League's finished. I know I'm going to get rid of the people who don't truly care about the actual code. But I appreciate that, Ricardo. Thank you. So all this Butler themes, I'll probably spend another 10 hours on my book tonight. Sandra Bullock, yeah, she's in Blindside, and Bullock is actually a castrated bull. A bullock is a castrated bull that has its testicles removed. Sandra Bullock, check out this. I know that don't mean everything, because you can actually have surgery to get one and to remove one. Can I get a woo? Of course you can get a woo. Woo, woo! I like that. So I like that Butler, the connection, Batman, the Butler. And then you've got Jeffrey as the Butler in the Fresh Prince. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Michael Jordan looks like he's literally the father of Jimmy Butler. Number 22, Jimmy Butler, the upcoming anniversary of 9/11 is the 22-year anniversary. We just had the 22nd edition of the World Cup, which obviously Messi won. So if Denver win the NBA Finals 4-1, they will win the NBA a span of exactly 34 weeks after the NBA season began, and Heat can drop to 3-4 in NBA Finals. It's what happened. Remember the 34s, guys, that we got in 2022? Steph Curry won the NBA Finals. Like, every time I say 34, give me a woo. I don't know if I can remember this all off the top of my head. Usually I can. All right? These 34s, every time I say 34, put a woo in the chat. 2022, Steph Curry wins the NBA Finals at age 34. I wish there was an audience here and you're, woo! Steph Curry won the NBA Finals at age 34. Somebody just type woo. All right? There we go. Just a little woo. Woo. Karim Benzema won the Ballon d'Or at age 34. Can I get a woo? Yeah, getting some woos. Okay? Matt Stafford won Super Bowl 56, the quarterback for the LA Rams, at age 34. Can I get a woo? Diego Maradona scored 34 international goals for Argentina. Can I get a woo? Shaquille O'Neal wore number 34 for the LA Lakers, whilst Kobe was wearing number 8. 34 plus 8 is 42. Can I get a woo? There's your 42, just like Jamal Murray and Jokic's numbers combined are 42. Can I get a woo? That could be a song, this. All right. I could go on all day. 34, guys. It's the 9th Fibonacci number. 9 is the last single-digit number. It's the number of completion. That's why George Orwell's final book was 1984, which was his 9th and final book. And then he died shortly after. 1984 is what's playing out right now. It's the year Michael Jordan was born, and it's the year that Michael Jordan was drafted and LeBron James was born, 1984. And I was listening to the Arctic Monkeys yesterday. I don't really listen to music anymore. I don't own a TV, but I was driving to go coach. And I was listening to I bet that you look good on the dance floor, that song. And then he starts talking about a robot from 1984. From 1984. And I remember I would always sing that really loud. The whole bar would be screaming 1984. All right? Let me find the exact lyrics. And again, the power of music, because I would go mental when this song came on. I was like a man possessed, guys. I've written about that in my book. The devil is behind rock and roll. It's a really, really good chapter. So it says like, yeah, it goes, I said, I bet that you look good on the dance floor, dancing to electro pop like a robot from 1984. Well, from 1984. And then it says, I wish you'd stop ignoring me because you're sending me to despair. Without a sound, yeah, you're calling me, and I don't think it's very fair. I think a lot of these songs are honestly about the devil. But again, it could have been any year. It's 1984. It could have been 1974. Like, it could have been any other year. But it had to be 1984. 1984, guys, look back to what happened that year. Could do a whole video about 1984. 34 weeks, guys, is 238 days. Kobe Bryant was accused of rape in Colorado. He was born on 23/8. He died at age 41. Denver Nuggets have just won the NBA Finals 238 days after the season began. They won the NBA Finals 4-1. Kobe Bryant was born 23. Kobe Bryant was born 23/8. Kobe Bryant was born 23/8. He died at age 41. Denver Nuggets have just won the NBA Finals 238 days after the season began, and they won the NBA Finals 4-1. Kobe Bryant got accused of rape in Colorado, where Denver play. Game 7 would have been on the 38th birthday of the girl who accused Kobe of raping her. Shaquille O'Neal was born on 3/6, number 34 at the Lakers. And if Nuggets, remember, listen to the tense. And if Nuggets win the NBA Finals 4-1, they will win it exactly 36 weeks before Jokic's birthday. 666, the 36th try. Remember, Super Bowl 57 was 666 days after Prince Philip's funeral. Yep. 6 + 6 + 6, 18. Jokic was drafted exactly 18 years after Kobe was drafted, who was drafted at age 18. First seed Denver beat 8th seed Miami. First versus 8th. So there's way more. Miami Heat stayed on 18 NBA Finals wins, 22 losses. There's your 22 again. So, guys, how many people in the world right now are completely broke financially? Why am I getting so many people on my website suspended because they don't have $10 in their account? Is the economy really that bad? That people can't afford $10 a month? It honestly can't be my work, because I'm right every day in my sports picks. So why are people coming to my website? I'm posting stuff about God. I'm coding many events. Do people not have $10 anymore? Is it really that bad? Like, it will get worse. I understand that. I'm obviously doing well. I've got a website. I coach. I teach. I've got a lot of gifts that make me money. Are we really, like, do me this favor and don't embarrass yourself. You shouldn't embarrass yourself. We're in this situation. Is the members of you guys in the chat where $10 right now? It's like, no, I need that. I need that to buy pasta. I need it for water. And I will not judge. I get that. That's where the world's going. A lot of us are going to get to that point in our lifetime. I'm trying to comprehend how people can't pay me $10 a month when I get 85% sports picks right, and I code our reality every single day. Why would they leave if they don't have, like, if they have money, why would you leave that? Why would you give that up for $10? If we're charging 100, 200, all right, 10? It's like, I'm trying to understand it. I want to understand it. And I get it. I get that's where the world's going. So I shouldn't be shocked. But I'm not motivated completely by money. Obviously not. I wouldn't have done what I did with my life if I was. But to wake up and do this level of code and call this and that, and then just wake up every morning, 3 people have left. Oh, sorry, Illusion, I had to leave. I don't have enough money anymore. Oh, Illusion, my wife's about to give birth. I need to cut down. It's like, I guess I should just mainly focus on my coaching at this point. That's where I'm at with it all. Yeah, I coach football. I've got my own coaching company. It's my big passion. I teach English online. I do private one-on-ones with people about the reality of spiritual coding. People pay me for. I do very well. I'm doing very well. Financially, I'm doing well. When people leave me, I don't see buy $10 Illusion. That ain't what it's about. I go, why? Like, how bad's it getting? Why would they want to leave my site? I can't comprehend why people leave my site. And it's this month. Every month I gain. I don't know if it's to do with Pride Month. We know Pride Month is the devil. Got demon in the middle of it. 6 month. Devil's number. Rainbow flag with 6 colors. Lucifer was cast out of heaven because of pride. Guys, even if I put it $5, I don't think people would be able to do it. Which sports fixture have you recently predicted? Well, I said the Nuggets would win yesterday. I said that they would win in play. I'll go through them now. I'll tell you, I've got every single game right this month but one. And the one that I got wrong, I said, New York have a 33 riddle if you want to take it. But I think it's a trap because it's too good. Turns out the riddle was perfect. And it was. It played out. But that's the only one. So I had Man City Champions League, Man City FA Cup. Got every game in the NBA Finals right but one. Got Phillies over the Tigers. Got them back-to-back, and they did. And one time they were plus 600 in play. Again, people who know how to bet win a lot of money. The website had West Ham for the site. The Braves, I went a day where I got 5 out of 5 in the MLB. I had the Reds to come back. The Reds were losing to the Dodgers 8-3. They came back and won 9-8. I think they were like 16-1. I had the Rays to beat the Twins. They beat them 7-0. We had Oakland A's to win, the bottom team. They won, I think, 7-2. Let's keep going. I've got every game right, but one. The Mets Blue Jays were the only one that I didn't get right. And the code that I had for the Mets was unbelievable. I just thought it was too good. I had the Twins. I had the Rockies. Twins beat Guardians. Rockies beat the Royals. Again, massive in-play opportunities for people who know what they're doing. So literally one wrong. I can't go through them all. There's a Red Sox game I got right. Diamondbacks against the Rockies was right. But it don't matter at this point. If people don't have money, how are they going to even bet anyway? I don't promote that, but how are they going to bet if they can't even afford $10? They can't bet. Please don't bet if you have no money, guys. But my knowledge is more than that now. My knowledge is sacred through God. It's wisdom. I'm going to focus more on this soon. I might even get rid of the illusion stuff. I don't know. The Man City fans couldn't afford to go to the parade. It's tough, isn't it? It is tough times. I don't think people are really processing it. Look what they're doing with electricity bills, guys. This is the devil, guys. He's raining. He's raining right now. Funny person, bang on. I'll give you that. Listen to what he said, funny person. What time is it? I can't be late for coaching. Funny person just said this. Things are getting more expensive. Correct. But if people cut their Netflix, Spotify, TV, sports tickets, things would be a lot easier. He's hit the nail on the head. Well, we're going to have to make some sacrifices. All right, stop supporting that illusion. All right, but can you get rid of Netflix? No. Are you kidding me? We can't get rid of Netflix. Netflix is a must, James. Netflix is a must. Is it? It's priority in this world. We know priority is huge. All right, the people who are getting rid of my website, they're not cutting down on the cigarettes. They're not cutting down on vaping. They're not cutting down on beers. A lot of them, in my opinion. I've just got to cut some costs. You're still getting your takeaways 3 times a week. So it's priority. This knowledge that I reveal, it's only for a small amount of people. It'll probably keep dropping. But the ones who are there for the right reasons, they're going to stay there, man. That family's going to get closer. Watch when the Premier League flips around again in August. Oh, my numbers start rising. I might just... It's sad, isn't it, man? They'll find money then. When Premier League's back on, they'll find money to get back on my website, won't they? Or they keep the Sky Sports. How much is Sky Sports a month now, guys? How much are they charging you? Not cutting down on pride, that's very true. Best $10 I spend each month. Tim, thank you so much. What are they charging for Sky Sports in England right now? I'm not betting, I'm preparing. Adam, you better do more than teach and coach. Mate, I have a website, I have a YouTube channel, I have a coaching company, I teach English, I do one-on-ones. I turn down work all the time. I can't do much more than what I'm doing. Where I'm going to get screwed is the mark of the beast, where you can't buy or sell. That's where I'm done. That's where I won't be making money. As of now, I can make money like that because I've got many gifts that people want. I live in Mexico, guys. The most popular sport's football. I'm the best coach there is out here. So I can coach anyone I want that wants to play football. They come to me. Teach English. They all want to learn English. Live in the touristic parts of Mexico. This stuff I do with Gematria, I've got people that say, can you do a one-on-one, mate, all the time? I don't have to worry about money. I ain't worrying when people leave me about $10, $20, $30. All right? That don't worry me. I am concerned about how much people are struggling, and even my friends. When I get some work, I can pay that $10. Cheers, Aaron. There's so much knowledge there. I can't just share on YouTube. I don't have really time to do it. It's $40 for Sky Sports. 6-month contract with the Illusion is cheaper. 6-month contract. You're getting from me for $120 a year, which some people spend on a night out. $120 a year, you're getting more wisdom, knowledge, accurate codes than you'll ever get anywhere else on the planet, to be honest. When you're talking about coding sports, revealing biblical scripture, revealing the matrix that we live in, and consistency, and guys, me responding to comments and looking out for you, $120 for the year. There's people, there'll be a load of you in the chat that are putting that on a bet every day, $100. I don't even get that $10. I get, I think, 9 of it. So if I get to a point where my website's just so low, will I keep it? I don't know. I don't know, because if there's only a small amount of people, maybe I'll just do private classes with them or whatever. Yeah, Sky's over 100 quid a month. For what? To get indoctrinated, to get lied to get fooled for your bread and circus? I don't own a TV, guys. Like, I've cut my costs. I don't own a TV. I don't have Netflix. Like, I told you, pretty much the only time I spend money is food. I'll go out for nice meals, something that I do. Other than that, I don't really spend much money. Adam, do you know how to live off the grid? I'm working on it, Golden Peacock. As of now, no. I was brought up very spoiled. So my mum and dad did everything for me. And again, blessing and a curse. Probably more of a curse. My parents are incredible, but small thing like, Mum, my light bulb needs changing. All right, Adam, give me 5 minutes. It wasn't me like, all right, light bulbs are here. All I've got to do is twist it, pop it, boom. I'd get people to do it for me as a kid. So it wasn't until maybe even my early 30s where I became like a bit more savvy with how the world works and doing things. I live by myself now. All right. So I'm obviously very responsible. It definitely helps. But previously I had everything done for me. So could I live off the grid now? No. But through God's guidance and through perhaps sheer desperation and survival instinct, I think you find a way. I've got one of my best friends here, Andy. He's like a hunter, and he fishes, and he is a handyman. And if I wanted to be in the middle of nowhere with anybody, it'd be with him. But don't you find it weird how they pushed Bear Grylls and survival shows? All right. They were pushing those survival shows. Why? Or I'm a Survivor. Remember that TV show, Survivor? So Satan, God, whoever it is, planting these seeds, we're seeing it because it's going to happen. We need people like you for people like the nomads. My priority is to get closer with God every day, all right? Does it mean I'm not going to coach and live stream and code every now and again? Yeah, of course. But my main priority is my relationship with God, guys. And if it ends up just being me and God, or God and I should put God above myself. And I'll be all right with that. But I'm not completely there as of now where I'm ready to completely lose everything. But I think that's on its way. That's on its way. I won't lose everything. So my soul's just going to get more and more and more powerful. You think it's all a coincidence that Arsenal scored 1939 against Southampton on a day that a 68 date new MotoGP? Brilliant. No. World War II began 1939, 68 date new MotoGP. If you watched yesterday the Nuggets Heat highlights, the game was 39-45. It was 39-45. World War II was from 39 to 45. I've got the screenshot. Let me get my phone. I'll show you. Yesterday, the game was 39-45. The Heat were winning. The Heat were up by 10 loads of times. Oh, by the way, guys, here's your MVP. There's your MVP, because it ain't about ability. You got some fat kid from Serbia, white guy, who's now the best player in the world at basketball. And when he was 5 years old, he has a Denver Nuggets sweatshirt. Denver Nuggets were nothing franchise back then. All right, when he was 5. That's when it was the Lakers, the Bulls. All right. How's a little poor kid from Serbia got a Denver Nuggets sweatshirt at 5 years old, and then he goes on to win the NBA Finals with Denver in Game 5 and win Game 5 by 5 points? Kobe, by the way, won 5 NBA Finals. Just for another 5, told you, died at 41. Joker, 41st pick. Luka wears 77 because Flight 77 all connects to 9/11. Why Napoli's best player is number 77. People just don't connect this stuff. 77 and number 9, Napoli's best 2 players. Gets you 86. AC Milan's owner just died at 86. 2021-22 season, they won the league with 86 points. Argentina won the World Cup, first time since 86, which is the year I was born. Anyway, let me find this score. I've got about 10 more minutes. I'll say 11 because it's too many 10s. Look, this is what I see. I knew where the game was going. If I bet from when I quit, I'd have a couple of $100,000 in my account very easily, dollars. But I stopped betting. And I've got better at coding because of that. Look, 39-45. World War II, 39-45. We've got World War III on its way, guys. I've been telling you that. I don't know the exact date. All my 64s. Wait till you read my book. Wait till you read my book about why Zlatan Ibrahimovic retired at age 41 on 6-4. And you'll see. You'll see why this game was 64-64. Why coronavirus was declared a global pandemic 3/11, the 64th prime. And then 66-66. I don't know what's going on with the light in here. 66-66. The game was also 60-60 at one point. Scripture, guys, that's when you see these teams up by 12 or up by 15 or up by 8, it's because the code. That 39-45 had to be done. Oh, Miami up by 6 now. Not mean anything. It's because of the 39-45. I see this script. I see these games play out honestly better than anyone on the planet. On the planet. Like, when I was a kid, I wanted to be the best in the world at something. Again, when you're 10, 11, you think it's going to be a footballer when I'm at Bradford City. I wanted to be the best in the world at something. I think when it comes to this coding at this level, I'll be amazed that there's someone. I don't like saying this, but I really do. At this point of coding sports and seeing the game play out and how I do it every day, I could arguably be one of the best in the world at this. And that's actually annoying because people don't get it. Imagine being one of the best in the world at something that people don't understand or respect. That's how I feel with this. And if you can tell me, no, you're not, there's people way better than you, tell me them. On a daily basis, tell me them, and I'll promote them. I'll go on their website and help them. But to be so good at something and most people not care or even understand it or acknowledge it, that's why it's like, I said this before, if you're an amazing singer, everyone can acknowledge that gift. If you're an amazing athlete, everyone can acknowledge that gift. All right. If you're extremely handsome or you have abs or all that stuff, people can acknowledge that. With this code and the level I'm at, to be one of the best in the planet and next to nobody appreciate it. Do you know the look I get all the time? It's this. If I break down, so give me 5 minutes just to break down a couple of codes for you. They just go, they're gobsmacked, they're blown away, but it's just, and what do you think? I don't know. But like, do you see the connections? Yeah, but I don't know. They're just, so I'm making people's jaw drop, but they don't get it. But they kind of do, because the jaw wouldn't be dropping. And you're like, ah. So that's why I have to keep telling myself, this your journey with God, Adam, your journey with God. Don't worry about what this guy says, or if she doesn't get it, or if that guy leaves you, or this person leaves you, or they think, oh, you're good, or you're arrogant, or you're cocky. I have to somehow get to that point. I think the only way I get to that point is not doing this. I think that's Jesus was totally misunderstood. Perfect. I think the only way I can get rid of this frustration and bitterness for a great gift that I have. It's an immense gift that God's given me, but it still makes me bitter. I think the only way I get rid of that is not doing it. I don't have to prove anything to anyone if I'm not doing it anymore. But how do you give up when you're one of the best in the world at something, which I am? And if you say I'm arrogant and cocky, I believe I am. I can say I think I am. So why would I give it up? And it's too many questions like that and confusion. The devil's all about the art of confusion and distraction. I don't know if this is distracting me from God or if it's keep getting me closer to God, but the code's brought me to God. I said this to one of my mates, speak to a load of people on my phone. When I've done my illusion book, which I've worked on for 3 years, and when I finish this other book, the 2022-2023 season Decoded, I need a better name than that. I might put it on Twitter. You can help me with that. I know when it comes to coding these books that I've done, the Queen book, the Kobe book, the World Cup book, the book that I'm going to release, please be by the weekend if I work 10 hours a day, which I'm willing to do. I won't be able to do any more books like that are going to make them better. Do you get what I'm saying? If you've read the Queen book, the Kobe book, the World Cup book, and you're going to read this upcoming book, how everything's been about Maradona, Aguero, Messi, Pope Francis, royal family, I'm going to show you all of that. I don't think I can write any more books about it because it's all there and it all connects. I can't do any more. So I don't think I'll write another book there. And then this illusion book, which made me the illusion. I began writing that book before I had a YouTube channel, a Patreon, a website, anything, before I even knew the code. I have a feeling when I'm done with the illusion, the book, which I'm telling you, I'm hope to God that it's by the end of this month. I think that might be like it's complete. The journey of this illusion, guys, complete. That's where I'm leaning right now, guys. I have been for a couple of months, as you know, with my live streams. That's why I wanted to take a bit of a break this month. I think once that book's done, I don't know what more I can do. If you believe in my work at this point, which is a lot of you, God bless you, thank you. I know it's the same guys in my stream. I have nothing but love and respect for you. I feel like at this point, you see the code, you have your view on the world, and you're on your own beautiful journey. I don't know how many new people are coming to my work. I haven't gained over 100 subs in about 6 weeks. Prior to that, I told you I got 1.6 thousand in 6 days. Then they banned me, and now I haven't got over 100. So I don't know if I've made my point. The people that were supposed to listen have listened. They've taken it on board. They're growing. It's changed their life. And that is an unbelievable blessing. And the ones that really want to grow with me, they'll contact me and say, can I do an hour with you? And I'll do that. I just don't know if I'm going to do this every single day. When it's just the same handful of people that love my work and the rest don't really appreciate it. So I'm at that juncture, guys. We'll see when I release my book. I'd really appreciate you supporting that, because without that book, there would be no illusion. The illusion book. There would be no illusion. So I'm going to go in 2 minutes. Do you have any? Jesus said greater things will do than I. I love that. Love that, mate. The name illusion seems like a deceiver. Yeah, it does. Do you want to know, Golden Peacock, do you know why I call myself the illusion? Well, not myself. Do you know why I called the book The Illusion? Easy win, box lose. It's not rigged. It's not fixed, mate. Although it's called fixtures. It's not being done by man, bro. If it was, you wouldn't have 40-yard bicycle kicks. All right, you wouldn't have all these late dramatic wins. You wouldn't have teams at the post, the crossbar. You wouldn't have people break their legs and stuff like that if it was all rehearsed by man. It's too many games, too many nations, too many eyes on it. It's scripture. When you say they couldn't have scripted it any better, it's scripture, mate. I show it every day. It's why I get nearly everything right. It's not man. Man's involved. Man is participating within it, but man's not controlling it. So the reason, maybe reference the treble as a name, the treble effect. The treble was to do with King Charles III and the Holy Trinity. That's what all the threes was with the treble. Again, Alto, you're going to love my upcoming book. Someone like you is going to be, I don't know if you'll be blown away because you're so good, but I still think it's going to blow you away. All right? Even I know how good you are, you're going to go, geez. That's why I'm not telling you it all right now. I haven't gone live to say, here's why City won treble, which, by the way, I did say 11-10. Those gamblers out there, look, just before I get into why I call myself the illusion or the book, this is what I have to deal with, why I don't want to do it anymore, pretty much. Before the season began, pin post, Man City title, all right, Haaland Golden Boot, and then Man City maybe on the Champions League with a 31. It's all on my website. Before the season began, it was August the 7th, I posted it. Then I got speaking to Decoding Oz, who I'm never going to say a bad word about. I think he's a great coder from Australia. He kept sending me every single day codes for Arsenal, and they kept winning, and they kept winning, and they kept winning. He said, you should look into Arsenal yourself, see what you can find. And I found loads for Arsenal over a 5 or 6 week period. Posted it on my site. Here's the numbers for Arsenal. I would get on Arsenal. I said it. I would get on Arsenal. I'd cover them. If you took City at the beginning, I'd get on Arsenal. There's too much numbers to ignore them. All right? City won the league. I got nearly every single game right. I think I got every single game right for City. I had them beating Arsenal home and away. I got every single game right for City in the league. Then, Man City have won that league. No, they hadn't won it yet. I said, right, Man City treble, 11-10. More than double your money. All the code I did, it was remarkable. So they won. So if you're going on about this guy said Arsenal, right? Remember, I got, again, probably about 80% in the Premier League, right, over the season. Which, who's doing that? Who's really doing it? Tell me one other guy doing that. There ain't anyone else. Before the season, I said Man City title. Correct. They won it before the season began. And they're going to win it next season. There you go. There's your free bet for you all. They win it next season. Guardiola goes 6-8 in Champions League finals. They just won the 68th edition of the European Cup with a 68th minute winning goal. All world wars began on 68 date emoji. Guardiola coached in Germany and England. That's a tiny sprinkle. Guardiola got his 337th point in the Champions League, the 68th prime. Tiny sprinkle. So I had Man City to win the title. Haaland Golden Boot plus 450 before he played a Premier League game. All right? Because of his numbers, the Beast, he replaced Jesus. The Beast replaced Jesus. All of his numbers, every number he had, connected to him winning it. plus 450. Then I had about 5 or 6 weeks saying you need to get on Arsenal at plus 130. You'd be crazy not to with every number that they have. City win the league. Well, it looked like City were going to win it towards the end. I was like, all right, that treble, 11 to 10. So Man City were 1-2 to win the Premier League. Came in. Haaland, Golden Boot, plus 450. Came in. I said he's going to get 42 goals or 36 before the season began. He got 36. Another 36. When you read my book, you'll see why. You'll see why Jokic just won the NBA Finals 36 weeks exact before his birthday. All right? Arsenal didn't win the league. But let's hammer him. Let's hammer him. Let's go on him. Man City win the treble. So you got 1-2. Yes. Plus 450. Yes. Plus 130. Wrong. Just like it would be for a daily pick. All right? 11 to 10. Yes. But you said Arsenal for 5 weeks. That's what you get. You're not on my website. You didn't see that I got practically every game right in nearly every sport again for the whole year. But you said Arsenal. I watched that video. You said England. No, I said Argentina for 18 months. And I said there's a riddle for England that they could win it. I would definitely cover England because it's called the art of covering. And dumb people can't do it. Really? You're covering yourself so you guarantee a win? Yes! Yes, smarty pants. I'm covering myself to guarantee a profit. A win, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Why are you laughing at me? Yeah, but you said that team and now you're covering and you're going against your pick. I'll give you an example. If you bet on golf, Fleetwood had this great riddle, all right, to win the golf. It went to a playoff like they always seem to do now. You get players finishing on 17, minus 17, 17 under, 17, 17's revelation, 17, 17. He was 7-1 going into Sunday, and there was a great riddle for him. 7-1 plus 700 for you Americans. Looks like he's not got a chance. He goes down to 16-1. Starts out of nowhere becoming the greatest golfer in the world. Birdie, birdie, birdie. Other players stop playing good golf for whatever reason. Then it goes to a playoff. It's a playoff, which he went on to lose because a player he lost got a 72-yard putt. Francis became the Pope 72nd day of 2013. 72-yard putt, because anything can happen. You guys don't realize that. You think it's real in the sense of what we do. We go to the local park, we play golf with our mates, all of that. That's all legit. There's no eyes on it. No one really cares. All right, your shot's your shot. In golf at that level with Satan, his fingerprints all over professional sports, not sports, professional sports. If I go play footy with my mates now, it's going to be organic. Spiritual wickedness is not going to get involved. There's not enough people that care about me going to go play a football game where there's no money and anything involved in it. So if you've taken this golfer 7-1 because you thought he had a great riddle, you thought he was going to win. His riddle's great, thought he was going to win. He gets to the playoff. Right? This is what you don't get. He gets to the playoff. You've got him at 7-1. Let's say you put 100 quid on him. 7-1. You're going to win 700 and you're 100 back. You're going to get 800 quid back. Wow. I haven't done anything. All I've done is sit on my ass and watch people play golf, and I'm going to win this money, which is probably more money than I make working all week. So what do? No, the code's going to win. He's come this far. He's going to win. No, mate. Is even money now. The other player's even money. If you're smart here, you can guarantee at least £400 profit by just covering the other player now. This wasn't 3 in the playoff or 5 of them. There's 2 of them. What I would have done on that, I've got 100 quid on him. I'm going to win 700 profit if he wins. All right. But he might not win because it's now 50-50. The odds time it's 50-50 is between 2 of the best golfers over this weekend. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put, what I would have done, I'm going to put 350 on the other guy. It's exactly what I would have done. I'd have put 350 on the other guy. I would have been guaranteed £350 profit by sitting on my ass. But did people do that? Do they pay attention to me? No, because they're greedy and they're foolish. And you'll get burnt when you're greedy and foolish. So if I went on my website, which I've done numerous times but people don't listen, if I were you now, I would cover on him to guarantee a profit. Why would I do that when his code's great? That's why I said, like, get Arsenal. Arsenal's code's amazing. If you've took City, cover Arsenal. You guaranteed pretty much a profit. If you took Ireland, you were 1,000%. You already had a profit. And then what happens? Fleetwood loses. What would go on my website? My goodness, you call Fleetwood. I had him at 7-1 and I've lost 100 quid. Really? This code's bullshit. No, the code put you in a situation where you could have won 350, 400, 500 if you were smart. But you wasn't. And then even at one point during the playoff, the other player was 3-1. You could have covered again. Nah, why would I do that? He's going to win. When I tell people to cover, remember in the World Cup, I had Argentina 18 months. I said, you've got to cover on England. You've got to cover on Brazil. One of these three nations are going to win the World Cup. And if they don't, I will go live and say, I got it completely wrong. Argentina won the World Cup 11-1 when I said it. England knocked out in the quarterfinals. Think Brazil in the quarterfinals. If you took one of those teams, if you took Argentina the way I told you to, and you took England and you took Brazil and you put 100 quid on like I told you all, you would have won 800 quid profit. If you listened to what I said, if you read my posts, if you listened to me carefully on YouTube, I never once said Argentina will win the World Cup. England will win the World Cup. Brazil will win the World Cup. You put that word in my mouth. I said, I'll be massively shocked if one of them don't win it and you have to cover all three. But for over a year, I was just on Argentina. Then the Queen died. And then there was all the stuff with Brazil and the Christ the Redeemer statue and the odds, they just kept dropping. And they could get the 6th World Cup. All right, with 13 days left in the year, the 6th prime. I was like, oh, you got to consider, but you can't ignore Brazil. They're massive favorites. They're not even that good. You can't ignore Brazil. One of them are winning it. And if it would have been Germany or it would have been France, I would have gone. I completely screwed that up. But I still have to deal with morons on Twitter saying, you said England will win it. You said you called Arsenal before the season began. I never called Arsenal before the season began. I have a video about Aguero on December the 15th, 2021, that his retirement at age 33 was for Argentina to get to the World Cup final. That was 6-1 for them to get there. I always said they were going to get there. Didn't always say they were going to win. I said they're going to get there. And then the World Cup final finishes 3-3. And Diego Maradona is a club legend at Napoli. And I coded them to win the Serie A title 33 years after they last won it. And they did. And the stadium's named after Diego Maradona. And they won it in their 33rd game of the season. Last season, I said Liverpool would win the FA Cup final at 9-1. 33 years after the Hillsborough disaster. And now we have Inter Milan dropping to 3-3 in European Cup finals. Aguero retired at age 33 with a heart condition. He played his last ever game on Diego Maradona's birthday, who died of a heart attack. Sergio Aguero was married to Diego Maradona's daughter. The godfather of their child is Messi. Aguero stayed in Messi's hotel room the night before the final in Qatar. Diego Maradona coached Maradona and Aguero for Argentina. My work is on a different planet. But you said that, and you said this. So, yeah, let me get my books done and we'll see where I go from there. Because it's just comical at this point what I do. People can't understand it. So God bless you. I know I had a lot of highs in this live stream, a lot of lows, a lot of knowledge shared, a lot of anger, a lot of passion. That's who I am. That's who I am. Say how I feel. So, yeah. Gonna get ready. It's 1:33. Pope Francis became the Pope. 13-3. And, you'll see why the lowest score in Super Bowl finished 13-3, which involved Brady. Told you his connections with Francis. When did Francis become the Pope? 72nd day of the year. When did Brady win his last Super Bowl? 7-2. When was Cristiano Ronaldo born? 72 days after the Pope's birthday. 72 Goetic Demons. Yep. And by the way, just before I go, if you look at when Man City won the first Premier League, Cosa Aguero, you'll see that they finished with 28 wins, 5 draws, and 5 losses. Now, go check. Go check what they finished on this season when they won the 7th. Go look at the league table. Look, the first Premier League title they won, 38 games played, 28 wins. Remember, the World Cup lasted 28 days. 5 draws, 5 losses. Now, go look at their standings this season. And I'm sure it's a coincidence that they finished with 28 wins. Woo. 5 draws. Woo. 5 losses. Woo. Win the league by 5 points. Woo. The Nuggets win the NBA Finals in 5 games and win Game 5 by 5 points. What was the Europa League score on penalties, guys? What was the Europa League score on penalties? Which connects to my code, which you'll see in my book. 4-1. What score did the Nuggets beat the Heat shortly afterwards? 4-1. And who captained West Ham to their first European final since Bobby Moore did it? Declan Rice, which connects to famine for you, Rice, which we're all going to be eating. And what's his jersey number? For a very mediocre footballer who was born exactly 4 days after Mason Mount, who's bleached blonde hair now, guys. Gone to the next level of Satanism. Yeah, Declan Rice wears number 41. Number 41. And the Denver Nuggets, guided by 41st pick Nikola Jokic, win the NBA Finals 4-1 on the birthday of who? 41st US President George Bush Sr. Nothing to see there. Brady won a Super Bowl at age 41. Kobe died at age 41. 4-1 should be the first day of the calendar, which I've done a video about. It's not just about sports. Alto. What score was Cristiano Ronaldo's second debut for Man United, which was on 9/11? What was the score? Cristiano Ronaldo's second debut for the Red Devils. What was the score? On 9/11. 4-1. 9/11 occurred on 41. Date Numoji Pure. No, beat Newcastle. Beat Newcastle 4-1. Now you're going to see why there's a game going on in the baseball today between Colorado Rockies and Boston Red Sox. One of the pitchers was born on 4-1. George Bush Sr., 41st president. The other one was born November the 30th. which is the date that your boy, George Bush Sr. died. And they're playing against each other. One was born on 4-1, other one born 11/30. What's 11 plus 30? It's 41 up against the guy who was born 4-1. And they're playing against each other. Colorado Rockies. Where do Denver play in Colorado? I've got 41 in the live, 41 likes. We live in a matrix. I love you, God. I'll give everything to you. All right, Jesus, you are my Lord and Savior. Everyone else, God bless you all. I wish you the best in your life. All right, I'm going to keep walking this journey, man. I'm going to go coach. I ain't going to post as much on my website anymore. Like I post far too much for you all. Why is Messi going to Miami? You'll see in my book that it was announced that he was going to them 666 days after he signed for Paris Saint-Germain. You'll see, James, if you get my book, you'll see why Messi's going there. You'll see why he went to Inter Miami whilst Inter win the Champions League final and Miami win the NBA finals. You'll see it. You'll see it all because I've worked my ass off and I'm going to get it done. I'll get it done by this weekend because I pride myself on how hard I work. I'm going to get on from coaching. I'll jump in the old Austin Power. I'll have a nice cold shower and I'll spend 10 hours on this book. And you'll see why Messi is going to Inter Miami in his little pink shirt. You'll see. It'll all make sense to you. The whole year let's go from August 2022 to June 2023, I'm going to show you in this book how it's all connected. And you will never be able to look back once you understand it. All right? Messi comes into the World Cup with 6 all-time goals in 19 games, 6-19. That's when Michael Jordan was drafted. Who sponsors Paris Saint-Germain? Jordan. You tell me how this, right before I go, you tell me how Messi, the greatest footballer to ever play a game, came into the World Cup with 6 goals in 19 games. And then at age 35, after playing in Paris where he did nothing, came in and scored 7 goals in one World Cup. I'll say it one more time for you. Tell me how Lionel Messi, the world's greatest footballer, the greatest footballer ever to walk this earth, came into the 2022 FIFA World Cup with only 6 goals in 19 games, but then was able to score 7 in 7 at age 35. Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. I don't know, funny person about next season. I'm not going to look that far ahead. I'm not even going to do futures. Daily picks, nobody can touch me. Not one person can touch me. Futures, there's too many teams. That's why daily picks is 2 games going on, 2 teams, 2 fighters, whatever it is. Figure it out. Before season, you're going to find numbers for every single team in the NBA. That is literally one of the leagues where there's so many teams that could win it. Premier League, you're like, all right, it's pretty much going to be Man City, maybe Arsenal now, maybe United are going to have a sniff, maybe Chelsea are going to invest. Same 4 or 5. NBA, like next year, like, oh, it could be Celtics have a riddle, Heat have a riddle, Nuggets have a riddle, Lakers have another riddle, all right? Bucks have a riddle, Phoenix Suns have a riddle. There's just so many of them, all right, to look at. The Warriors have another riddle. They've just signed this player. So there's so many of them, and expecting to get it right at the beginning of the season every time, it's we're never going to get that. We ain't perfect. We're never going to be able to do that. However good you are, look at the level I'm at. You ain't going to get every future right. You got to go day by day just in life, obsessing over the future. I don't know why people get all butthurt when a future doesn't hit. Maybe they're investing too much money that they can't afford to invest in. It's all about futures with people. Again, that's why they're stuck in the matrix. Thinking about, oh, am I going to be all right when I'm 70? Am I going to have enough money when I'm 70? Might not even get there, mate. Probably not at this point anyway. So anyways, I'm off. God bless you all. Thanks for watching. If you haven't hit the like, can you just do that before I go? Because I think 43 is just a bit of a joke. Brady won Super Bowl 55 at age 43, didn't he? That's a bigger joke. 43-year-old guy who can barely move won the Super Bowl at 43 against the best quarterback of our generation, Mahomes, who couldn't throw a touchdown in the whole game. So what did they do? What did the devil do? Let's just make him look like he's hurt to justify how bad he was. KDB, by the way, in these big games, he seems to always go off. He did it with Belgium, goes off at halftime. Did it in Champions League, goes off. It's like these people, they're miserable, guys. You see them all. You see them all now. I'm seeing it more than I've ever seen in my whole life. If you rarely pay attention to them, someone like KDB is deeply miserable. Rashford, they're deeply miserable. They know, they're like, what have I done? This won't worth it. That's how I see these people now. That's how I see it, man. I told you when Miami Heat got to the NBA Finals, I saw the photograph. I looked at it just to do my research with body language, and they were like that. You've just got to NBA Finals. You've just knocked out Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum, Brown. You've just knocked them out. You've shocked the world. They're all like that. And they weren't trying to be cool. They looked soulless. It's like they knew, well, okay, we've just beat Boston, but we're going to get our ass kicked in NBA Finals. So is it really worth it? That's what it looked like. If you watch these silly games now, watch them in the tunnel. They often tell you who's going to win. Like, it's weird. It's like one team's all like bouncing and buzzing in tunnel. The other one's just like, and more often than not, that team bouncing in tunnel, they freaking win. Start watching. If you're going to watch your games next year, hopefully you don't, just judge them in the tunnel. Judge them in the tunnel. I don't know if they know who's going to win, but it feels that way. Maybe they subconsciously know. They can feel the energy. I don't know, but anyway. Thanks for blessing us with a live stream. Cheers, Jimmy, mate. Yeah, Miami were the 8th seed. That's why Denver Nuggets stayed on 8 home losses this season, which was another reason why I liked them to win last night. 8th seed Miami. They got the only win of the series in Denver. They were 8 points down going into the 4th quarter. And they gave the Nuggets the 8th season loss at home. They stayed on 8. Kobe's original jersey number died at age 41. Nuggets win the series 4-1. All connects to the World Cup, to the Europa Conference League, to the Champions League, and I'm going to prove it. 41, the 13th prime. Inter won the Champions League 13 years ago. Champions League final was both teams' 13th game this tournament. Messi won the World Cup with 13 days left in the year, has 13 World Cup goals. 13 Illuminati bloodlines. Sir Alex Ferguson won 13 Premier League titles. I can go on all day, but I've got other things to do now. So God bless you all, and take care. Please share my work. If you're not on my website, give me a chance. If you don't have the money, God bless you and good luck on your journey. Inter were going for the first in 13 years for Italy's 13th. Yep, they stayed on 12, which, again, I'll discuss in my book. God bless you, Alto. God bless you all in the chat. I appreciate you all. And when my book's done, I'll go live. I'll let you know. And how many of you, just out of interest, yeah, my book, Jimmy, is going to be $9.11. My book's going to be $9.11. If you can't afford that at this juncture, I don't believe it. If you can't afford that within a month, I don't believe it. Maybe you don't want to do the annual payment with a website. It's going to be $9.11, and you'll see exactly why. That's why I said prepare for an explosion. $9.11. So before I go, just out of interest, so ideally I'd want to sell thousands. I just don't know how realistic it is in this economy. How many of you are going to buy this book? I'll do it, whatever, even if it's for myself. But how many of you are going to purchase this book? It's better than the other 3 I've done. And I love those 3. If you've read them, I'm sure you did as well if you enjoy the code. So how many of you would buy that book, 9/11? Am I going to get anyone? I'll wait 1 minute to see if anyone responds. All right. Mac Scott, thank you so much, Mac. You'll love it. I'm going to work extra time tonight on this. Jimmy's going to get a cheers, bro, and share on social media. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Like, I'm telling you, with that money, I'm going to buy chicken enchiladas. I ain't planning on getting anything fancy with it. I ain't thinking about my future. I've got to 9/11. Every number of my book has some meaning. My Kobe book's 8/24. My World Cup book's 7, even though I think it's my best book. It's 7 because my auntie died 7 days before the World Cup final. The World Cup was 28 days, the 7th triangular number. Messi got 7 goals in 7 games. And everything else that I found was 7. That's why that's 7. And my Queen book's 10. It should be 11. But I did 10 because I thought a funeral was going to be 10 days after she died. I should change the Queen book to 11, to be honest, because of the funeral. Funny person will get it. Yeah, Alto, the 2022-23 season. It's going to focus on the Nuggets, West Ham, Man City's treble-winning season, Aguero, Maradona, Messi, the World Cup, Serie A, why Napoli won it, why Barcelona won it, which I predicted with Xavi. You'll love it, Alto. You'll really enjoy it. Johnny G, keeping it gangster, baby. All right. Cheers, guys. I'm going dizzy right now. God bless you all. Keep you all posted. And knowing that there's a few of you that want to buy it, it's just going to inspire me that little bit more. There's Divine in the house. Much love to you, Divine. Go on, Divine love. Go on. All right, I'm off. 1 hour 51 into live, 36 prime. Give us a woo. Okay, TJ. I need better lighting. There we go. 3, 2. You're going to buy it and promote it. Let's go, Divine, baby. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Baby. Let's get this done, all right? Boom, 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 baby, boom, boom, boom. Off I go. If you're not on my Twitter, follow me on Twitter. The Illusion 111. If you're not on my Instagram, follow me. I don't even know what it is, but it's in the description. All right? That way you can at least access some of my content for free. All right. Cheers, guys. God bless you all. God well and truly wins, guys. And I can't wait to watch it all play out in our lifetime, in my opinion. Do it again just once. TJ, the neighbors are going to be raging, but I'm going to do it because I've got a bit of a buzz right now. I'm going to give you it. All right? 3, 2, 1. Woo! Baby!